Good morning, investors. Today, August 22nd, 2025, the U.S. market presents a fascinating dichotomy. On one hand, we're seeing strong resilience across major indices, pushing higher despite a complex economic landscape. On the other hand, underlying macroeconomic data reveals a mix of persistent inflation, a notable GDP contraction, but also remarkably strong non-farm payrolls. The Federal Reserve held rates, leaving market participants to weigh these conflicting signals. This environment suggests a cautious optimism, where investors are potentially looking beyond immediate headwinds or anticipating a nuanced policy response. Today, we'll dive into how these broader trends are impacting our market, and then focus on Robinhood Markets, Inc., which is seeing a positive shift in its earnings outlook. The S&P 500 daily chart is showing a very strong picture today. The index is in a robust uptrend, recently breaking out of a consolidation pattern and now challenging its upper Bollinger Band, indicating powerful buying pressure. The Relative Strength Index, or RSI, is pushing into overbought territory, currently around 70, reflecting significant momentum. The MACD lines are firmly bullish, with the histogram expanding, signaling sustained strength. Volume has been consistent, lending credibility to this upward move. This chart suggests that despite broader economic concerns, investor confidence in large-cap stocks remains high, pushing the S&P 500 towards new highs. The next resistance levels will be closely watched. Moving to the Dow Jones Industrial Average, we observe a very pronounced uptrend. The DJIA has made a strong move upwards, touching or even slightly exceeding its upper Bollinger Band, which suggests an aggressive buying spree. The RSI is reflecting overbought conditions, currently hovering around 75, indicating a high level of market enthusiasm. The MACD shows strong bullish divergence with a widening spread between the lines and a growing histogram, confirming the underlying strength. This performance suggests a rotation into or continued strength in traditional industrial and blue-chip sectors. While overbought conditions might hint at a potential consolidation, the current momentum is undeniably bullish, indicating continued investor confidence in these foundational companies. The Nasdaq daily chart is illustrating a strong rebound. After a brief pullback, the tech-heavy index has surged back, now testing its middle Bollinger Band, which is a crucial short-term resistance level. The RSI is showing a healthy recovery, moving up from neutral territory towards 60, signaling renewed buying interest. The MACD is on the verge of a bullish crossover from below the zero line, with its histogram turning positive, indicating a shift in momentum. Stochastics have also shown a decisive upward move, crossing over and exiting oversold conditions. This suggests that growth and technology stocks are finding their footing again, with increasing volume supporting the rally. A sustained break above the middle Bollinger Band could pave the way for further gains. Now let's look at the VIX, the market's fear gauge. The 4-hour chart shows a continued decline in volatility, with the VIX now trading firmly below the 15 level, suggesting a return to market complacency and reduced hedging demand. The index is well below its middle Bollinger Band, reinforcing this low volatility regime. However, a closer look at the indicators reveals some interesting points. Both the RSI and stochastics are deeply oversold, indicating that volatility might be due for a short-term bounce from these extremely low levels. The MACD remains bearish, consistent with falling volatility. Despite these oversold readings, the prevailing low VIX environment supports a risk-on sentiment which is generally favorable for equity markets, complementing the strong performance we're seeing in the major indices.
Focusing on Robinhood Markets, Inc., Hood, on the 4-hour chart, we see the stock attempting a recovery after a recent pullback. Hood is currently trading around 109.30 below its middle Bollinger Band at 110.48, which now acts as immediate resistance. However, the technical indicators are showing promising signs. The The Relative Strength Index, or RSI, is steadily climbing and is now at 51.33, indicating a building bullish momentum from neutral territory. More importantly, stochastics have shown a strong bullish crossover, with the %K line, 55.80, moving above the %D line, 51.81, and both trending upwards from oversold levels, suggesting a potential shift in short-term sentiment. The MACD histogram, while still below zero, appears to be turning less negative or even slightly positive, hinting at an easing of selling pressure and a potential bullish crossover. Volume has picked up slightly on recent green candles, supporting this recovery attempt. For Hood, a decisive break above the middle Bollinger Band would be a key signal for continued upside, reinforcing the current recovery effort. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to sharing more market insights with you in our next analysis.